Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. But this mother, Lady E, is walking to the gym on this walking journey this morning. And we're going to have a great 30 minutes together. Not trying to hold you too long because you might be getting up, cooking that breakfast, or that husband cooking that Mother's Day breakfast for his wife, his beautiful wife. Or the children may be surprising the mother, that beautiful, gorgeous mother, for a beautiful breakfast, or planning her a lunch or brunch, or taking her out to dinner, or maybe even giving her a Mother's Day gift, y'all. Hey, that is wonderful. But I got a couple of calls yesterday from that oldest one I have, y'all, who love all the holidays. She don't care what day it is. She gonna praise it. She gonna represent. She gonna celebrate. She called, asked me what did I want for Mother's Day. I told her whatever she pick up is fine with me. Well, I'll see you on Mother's Day, she said. I said, okay. And my son, he's always here on the weekends before he go back to work. So he asked me, Mom, what do you want for Mother's Day? I'm like, I don't know yet. But I did tell him I want a pair of sneakers. Because look at these. I don't wear these things out, y'all. Look, just look. I don't wear them out. Let's look at them. I don't wear them out. Just look at the bottom. Uh-oh. Camera closed. Sorry about that. But just look at the bottom. I don't want them out. So I told him I wanted a pair of sneakers. And I'm back. Kohl's keep a decent sale for some Nike sneakers. So I'm going to go back and sit down and order that. And he'll give me his credit card. I'm in the gym by myself, and a lot of people like to see the gym. When I come in to exercise, when other people be in, I can't do that. So here is the gym, right here. I'm just gonna give you a little round. I don't know how to use all this stuff in here yet, but I'm gonna try to do something different one day. I may surprise you and get on this thing right here. But I don't know if it's gonna be 30 minutes though, but I may surprise y'all with that. Set my camera down here. And we're gonna do some work here, and that's my finger, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Kind of chilly outside. Still kind of chilly outside, but I don't know what's going on with the weather. But again, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers. I don't care what age you are. If you're a mother, you got a child, you gave birth to a child, happy Mother's Day. Hey, it doesn't matter. A mother is a mother. Happy Mother's Day to the animals. Animals is a mother too, because they have to give birth as well. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I love my animals. So, I wish I could afford them, but I can't. So I leave them right where they at. I can only afford that one I have. And sometimes he's a little expensive. Right now, he needs to go to the vet. And haven't taken him to the vet in a while. So happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Y'all get up, call your mother, wish her a happy Mother's Day. If you live close by, hey, run next door and give her a hug and a kiss. That's all. A lot of mothers in nursing home. Senior citizen home. Hey, take some time out today, y'all, and go spend some time with your mother in the nursing home. Some mothers are bedridden, and you haven't seen her in a while. Go spend some time with her. She know you're there. She can't say anything, but she know you're there. Mother know the sin of their child. So we're going to talk about mothers. What all a mother do today. What about that? Good morning, hello, good morning. Hey, when you come in this world, the very first person face you really see is your mother. Besides the nurse and the doctor, who deliver you. Some people don't have nurses and doctors. They do natural birth. And they just need that midwife there. That's what a lot of people do. I know my daughter is a doula. And she helps a lot of mothers to bring their beautiful child into this world. Being a mother is a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. Good morning, good morning. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but anyway, good morning. But a mother gonna take care of that child to the end. That's what a mother do. A mother gonna try to find a piece of bread to feed that child, some milk to get to that baby. Okay, your name is, okay. All right, just don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button when y'all come in. Hey, y'all, I'm behind. I need some subscribers now. I got to get to that 500. I think I'm 270 away from that 500. Y'all come on in and hit that subscribe button. We got to get this energy back flowing. I ain't been doing my job, y'all. I ain't been doing my job. Whew. I'm fighting these pre-diabetes. I'm on this treadmill a little bit early this morning. And the reason why I'm on a little bit early, my son is home, my grandson is home, and I can get to the gym a little bit early this morning, because you know what? This is Mother's Day. I don't want to be on live on Mother's Day while people trying to get their little gifts and things together for their mother. Oh, I live in an apartment complex, so I come to the gym here. And a lot of times nobody be here, but I be by myself. But some other people come in and hit the treadmill a little bit later. I'm a little bit early. I normally get here about 7 o'clock a.m. every morning. And I'm a little bit early this morning because I want to get back and get me a nice little breakfast for myself and get the studio cleaned up where I can sit down and do a recording for that and work on in the studio. I didn't do anything in the studio on yesterday. Hello, good morning, good morning. I didn't do anything in the studio. Yesterday I dedicated a lot of my time to my classwork. Boy, that math 240 kicked my butt. But I pull it out with an A. I pull one section out with a good morning. Good morning. I pull one section out with an A and one section out with a B+. Whew. I was like, what? But God was with me. He helped me and he got me on through. I give myself a hand and I hug myself. Hey, it is a good morning, good morning. My morning is great. Had a good night's sleep. Bought me some water. On the treadmill a little bit early. But it's all right, because I got to get back and get my studio and stuff cleaned up. My daughter said she would bring me my Mother's Day gift. Good morning, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, wonderful mothers out there. These fantastic mothers we have. I don't care what condition you in. You are a mother. You are a mother. And all your children. I don't care if you don't got but $5. Go to the Dollar Tree and get her a Mother's Day card for $1. She'll love that just as much as you got $500 in your pocket to give her. Whatever you give your mother gonna love it. I know I was always like that. I ain't never said nothing, no kind of price tag for my children. Whatever they gave me, I always tell them, give me what you can afford. That's what I always tell my mother, my children. When my mother was alive, oh boy, it was the two of us in my household, myself and my brother. Mom got up to everything. Daddy said, well, Mom said she want this blue dress, and I don't know where to get it. I said, I got it. Then he'll say, how much it costs? I said, I'll find it. I come back and tell him the price. He'd give me the money to go get mom blue dress. I get the shoes, I get the hat, and all her underwear, garment. When she stepped into that church, she looked like she was a mother because we dressed her from head to toe. Then, that was just the icing, that was just the baking, the mixture of the cake. You know what I mean? That was just the mixture of the cake. She had flowers coming in, she had presents coming in, things that she wanted for a while that she just didn't say, but I knew what she wanted, and I would buy it and put it in my closet and hide it from her. Because you know she needs to clean up the house, you know. She clean up, she clean up. She ain't half clean, she clean up. So you got to tuck stuff where she can't find it. Which sometimes she ended up finding it, y'all. I'm telling you, that's the way she was. So I made sure she had what she need. Daddy cooked that big breakfast, that spread, make sure she had her favorite on that table. She didn't do nothing for Mother's Day. The children, the grandchildren, well, she didn't have no grandchildren at that time, but later on down the years, she had my oldest daughter and her nieces and her nephews and her friends, and everybody come together, and they met up at the sister house who had, I don't know how many children Aunt Mary had, but she had children, and the cousin who had children all meet up one house. And they gave the mothers a big dinner. The brothers came, the brother-in-laws came, the sister-in-laws came, and man, it was like a feast for all the mothers. And the brother-in-laws and the brothers, they will cook for the females on Mother's Day. And they would have so many gifts going back home, so much food going back home. It was enough to fill a village. So that's the reason why I say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, because we don't gather like that now. We don't gather like that now, y'all. I don't know. Some families may still do, but we don't. Once that head pass out, leave this earth, families separate. You go this way, you go that way, you go this way. They don't come together no more. So now you got to spend your Mother's Day among your immediate family now. That's the way it is with me. I spend my Mother's Day with my children. I remember one year my children went to their father and told the father that they wanted to buy their mom a gift. You know, I never had a problem with my children's father, I can tell you that right now. Never, ever, ever. He gave them the money, and my youngest one got online. She said, Mom, how about let's go get a brunch? Let's go to brunch. Mom, I want to take you to brunch. I'm like, what is a brunch? She said, you just don't eat breakfast early in the morning, you eat it later on in the day. That's okay. But where are we gonna get that at? She said, we going to the zoo. Yeah, I know if you from South Carolina or any other state, you know we got the Riverbank Zoo here. It's not like the safari over in Australia. But they said we got a safari in Aiken. I want to try to get there this year, this summer, and see what the safari is all about. So she told me that we going to brunch. I said, okay. And she made the little reservation. You know, my baby girl always been grown, y'all. She know how to do everything. She always been grown, but she's a reader. That's the reason why she was grown, because she read a lot. And she learned a lot from reading. Reading is very important for your children. Make your children read something every single day. I used to make my kids read something every day, even on the weekends. I didn't play TV. Go over there and get a book and read. That's what I used to tell mine. And I would buy the books from the Dollar Tree. We didn't have Dollar Tree back then. We had it, Dollar General. I go to Dollar General in that little section and buy a book. If I went to Walmart, back then, Walmart was a lot better than it is now. And they have like a little 10-cent basket for some books, I would buy it. I didn't always bought the books was on their level. I bought the books that was not on their level, where they can learn from it. And that's how she became a great investor, because I bought that Donald Trump book. Donald Trump said he buy a lot of stuff, but he never paid the regular price for it. He always got it on sale. He said he go in the store, he get the most expensive thing, but he wait till it come on sale. He talked to that salesman, how much can you give me off on this and that? See, that's how she learned from the investments. I got a Bill Gates book, but I think it was at the Dollar Tree during the time. Yep, Dollar Tree came in, and I got it from the Dollar Tree. They had it for $1. That's how my kids learn. I bought books out of these different places. When they was like 2 and 3 and 4 years old, 5 years old, I used to go to the Dollar General and get all those little tablets that had the ABC, 1, 2, 3 words and color and all that in, and set it to the side. I ain't forced them to do it. I just set it to the side. When they come to me and tell me they bored, I said, there's some books, there's some crayon, there's some construction paper, there's some scissors, there's some glue. Go over there and do that. You ain't bored. That's what a mother do. If a mother want their child to get educated at a young age. See, that's when you say Happy Mother's Day. That's the reason why I can say Happy Mother's Day. My children will tell me Happy Mother's Day. My oldest child, even though she lived with my parents, because I was on the road a lot, y'all. I was on the road a lot. Because I did hair, cosmetology, I did a lot of shows in and out of New York, and I did a couple of Atlanta shows. Bonnie Brothers, a lot of y'all do hair, y'all know about the Bonnie Brothers show. Bonnie Brothers been around for decades. And I attend those shows. Never was in one of the Bonnie Brothers shows. I always went down there to get my product, because it was a lot cheaper during that time to get your product from the show and bring it back. Then you can introduce new ideas and stuff to your clients. But even though my oldest one, and I was in college then, I only took one class. All of y'all know about Phoenix College over there, Phoenix University. And I put a book down. How about she was bored, she want this, or how about go over there and read that book right there? And Dad said, catch that book to advance to her. She'll be all right. She go over there and read that book. If she don't know how to pronounce the word, there's a dictionary will teach her how to break it down and how to sound it out. See, they ain't had hooked on phonics and all that stuff when she was young. My oldest one is 43 years old. So they didn't have all that. But see, that was a good mother do. Even though you ain't with your child all the time, but you can teach that child education. Tell them how important education is. And we didn't have problems in these schools. And me and her sat down reading, I said, read it. I said, now you tell me what that means. Can you explain it? She tried. She was very good. That's why I ain't had problems. And so my mom seen me doing that. So she'll say, how about when you're not here and don't have her doing no class. I said, I don't care if I'm here or not here. If you want her to sit down and read the Bible to you, let her sit down and read the Bible to you. It's all right. That's what a good mother do. A good mother makes sure that children get educated. Like Deion Sanders said, his mom worked 2 jobs, but she made sure he got educated where he can go to Florida State or Florida University or whatever university that he went to play football and baseball. That's what a good mother do. Because you know you got to take that SAT. Back then, they didn't let nobody in with that SAT score. And the SAT score got to be high. Because they ain't going to let you in there. It ain't like it is now. Everybody slide through. Anybody can go down there to South Carolina, the University of South Carolina now. Because They're saying they're taking the SAT score, but once them parents put that money on the table, they ain't taking no SAT score. They get the bottom of the totem pole, y'all. The only one that can't get into it like that is Clemson. Clemson ain't playing that. You gonna come up there with them scores, you don't care what race you are, you coming up there with them scores. They ain't dropping their scores. Nothing for nobody. But, hey, I don't have a problem. So, do what you gotta do. But, good mother, make sure those children get educated. That's the very first thing. Get your child educated. My mom made sure, if I ain't know nothing else in the Bible, she made sure I knew that 23rd Psalm. I made sure my children learn 23rd Psalm too. That 23rd Psalm bless you. It cover you. Whatever is going on in your life, even as a little child, God is there to protect you. So, mom made sure we know that. And we can't be reading it. We got to memorize it. And to this day, I know the 23rd Psalm. I taught my kids the 23rd Psalm. So that's what a mother do. Mother teach the kids how to pray. My mom taught me how to pray. She sure did. She taught me how to pray. And you don't pray when you go to bed. You pray breakfast, noon, and supper. You pray over that food before you put that fork or that spoon in your mouth. And you don't pray if you want, you're going to on your hand. Put that spoon down and let's say this blessing. That's what a mother do. I can tell you. Mothers, we got to go back to the old way. Teaching these young kids because they don't know. My daughter, she teaching her son the same way. She make that boy say the grace. She make him say those prayers before he even get out the car to go into his class. She make him pray. He can't talk that well, but he be saying something. He be saying something. She does the same way. Good mothers, all mothers, do the same thing. You may not have the fanciest house, the fanciest car, the fanciest eating well on your table. You might be eating out of styrofoam plate, plastic fork, or living in a tent. But pray and say that 23rd Psalm. God is protecting you. He's providing something for you. He's working something out. I'm telling you. Got to give our hands to the mothers that have passed on, who done taught their child how to cook, how to clean. Now I got to address that now. I know how to clean. I'm a very good cleaner. But that cooking, look, I tell people I cook enough to survive. I cook enough for my children to survive. But if they want in all this and gourmet fancy cooking, they ain't getting it. Like that little fancy sandwiches my daughter make. I ain't know nothing about no English muffin. I know now, I know about 10 years ago, because she liked the English muffin and Rice Krispie cakes. You know, the Rice Krispie cake, you put the cream cheese on top. I know now, I knew about 10, 20 years ago, but when I was coming along, only thing we had was that light bread, they call it. And we didn't even get no wheat bread. I don't even know when wheat bread came out, but we had that sunbeam light bread and pop it in that toaster and bring it up and throw some butter on top of it to spread it and cut it in that dang shape. That's all the breakfast sandwich we know. Now I know about the egg and cheese because Daddy would make the egg and cheese. And he would make the over easy. But Mama ain't cook breakfast. Mama cooked. Mama was a supper person. And we was home for the summer because she worked for the school district. So she would be home for the summer and she would make our lunch. But I don't care what time of day it was, we had to say that grace. Or every plate of food we ate. Even a snack. We hold our head down. Thank you, Lord, for this snack. Amen. We had to say something, but she wasn't giving it to you till you pray. Now, I guess that's the reason why we was healthy back then. We didn't have all this sickness and all these diseases and all this high blood pressure and all these diabetes these young people having now. If they had it, we didn't know nothing about it. Because we didn't get sick like these kids get sick now. I went to work, I think it was Friday. My co-worker said he had seven cleanups. This time of year right here, what kids doing getting sick for? We didn't have all that sickness. The parents didn't give us all that foolishness for breakfast. And you go to them and tell them, especially the mothers now, I'm talking about the mothers. I ain't talking about the fathers, I'm talking about the mothers. Right now, it's Mother's Day, so we talking about the mothers. We ain't talking about the fathers. We talking about, I know there's some good fathers out there, but we talking about the mothers this morning. You go to your mom and say, I got a stomach ache. Feel like I'm about to throw up. Here you see that little pink bottle. Everybody know what that little pink bottle is? Pepto-Bismol. She give you that spoonful of that at night. And she said, you don't go to the bathroom. And you run in the temp. We'll check you again in the morning. Mothers didn't play that. Mothers had to work. They wasn't trying to keep those kids out of school. She gave you that Pepto-Bismol and a Bear aspirin back then. We had the Bear aspirin for children back then. You know them little pink tablets in that little bottle? Said Bear for children. That's what we had to take. Them Bear aspirin, she would count it out. You know, every age had a tablet. So if you were 6 years old, you were taking 6 tablets. That's the way it was back in my house. That's what my mother did to me and my brother. Oh, you got up feeling like a champ because they were going to fight that temp at night. They get you up. They didn't wait the time for you to get ready to go to school and walk out the door and you throwing up everywhere or you burn up with a temp. Oh no, they getting you up, you're behind up at 5 o'clock. Let's see what's going on here. See if you got a temp. They check your hand, the temperature like this here. They ain't doing no thermometer. That's the way they check the temperature. I think Daddy had found one of those little thermometers that you put in your rectum. Or you can put in your mouth. They ain't believe in that mouth thermometer. They put that in your rectum back there. Whatever say that little red, that little thermometer, that little glass thermometer say. Oh, you getting something before and lay back down. Hey, that's the way it was. My mother did me and my brother. I think I got perfect attendance every year. Never was sick. Didn't have no reason to stay home. Couldn't play hooky because Mom go to work and Mom and Dad went to work at the same time. A lot of times Dad was smart ass. He would double back to make sure your ass got on that school bus. Yeah, you know. Back then parents didn't play with kids. Didn't play with kids. That's what a mother do. Mom and Dad will tell you in a minute, especially Mom, because Mom worked in the school district, I say. She will say, okay, I know you got a report card, bring that report card here. Make a lower C. You know, back then, parents didn't try to push the kids to make higher grades. If you made great grades, that was great for them. But if you made below C, oh, that little switch coming out. And like I said, I've never been abused. They take that little switch, sting your little legs, and that was it. And don't let a teacher put a nasty comment on that report card. Oh yeah, you getting it in. Oh yeah, you gonna get them little switches. Go out there and get them little switches off the cherry tree. Back then, you get them little switches off the cherry tree, they said, because those who don't burn, those don't break. And this thing, you see that little leaf, that little stem be back and forth like that? That's the way it was. Yeah. That's what a good mother do. Good mother gonna make sure you get educated, get that high school diploma. My parents used to tell my brother and I don't care if you can't get nothing else. or you can't get to college because we can't afford to send you to college because of our income. But you're going to get that high school diploma. Why? Because that's free. We don't have to pay for that. And you're going to get that high school diploma. Mom made sure both of us got that high school diploma. I'm telling you. She made sure. She said, no, you ain't coming in here without a high school diploma. I got my high school diploma in, I think she told me in 1956. And matter of fact, I got her high school diploma right now. Dad got his high school diploma when he went off to the military. Because back there he had to be drafted. And they ain't look for no high school diploma. If you was 18, you was going to that war that they was fighting overseas over there. So he got his high school diploma and his associate's degree when he went off to the military and came back and went to a community college. I think it was called Midland Tech then, a tech college or whatever the college name it is. He got his welding and his truck driver license from them. And he got his certification in welding and in truck driving. Hey, but mother, they're gonna stay behind you. Teachers ain't got to call, they'll call them teachers. Teachers need to give the parents a personal phone number. And the parents will call them teachers. And even the teachers, I said, meet me at the school. And they would have a conference, one-on-one. Ain't like now, you got the email. And half the time, the parents don't read the email. I know I don't. I don't read my school email. Just logged in the other day just to sign the contract. I got too much email on my personal computer I got to keep up with. Trying to keep up with no school email. I ain't trying to keep up with no kind of email, really. But later of Elegance collections email. But now, this is what I'm saying. This is a mother. A mother gonna do all that. I remember when my son graduated from high school. Parents said, Miss Catherine, my son used to hang out with your son, but your son graduating and walking across the stage. My son is not graduating and walking across the stage. What happened here? I said, that's your fault. You should have kept up with your son. You know the boy's hard head. And she went to the principal. The principal said, well, we send you thousands of emails. We call you, no return. Let you know what your child was doing all year long. So now he got to go to some school, get this here high school diploma. And she said, Miss Catherine, how did you do it? How did you do it? You got another child there. You're always on the football field. You're always doing something for the team. You work a little part-time job or you work for, how do you do it? And your son be home in the bed at 9 o'clock. You know what I told her? First, I put God in charge of my life and my children's life. Second of all, I had rules. Third of all, don't get it done, I'm pulling out that belt. Ain't no strap belt. And you in high school or senior, I didn't care how old you were. I go to the car and get that tire iron. And didn't know I ain't playing. If I got to do that, get this work done. I said another thing I did, I checked them book bags. Parents be saying, they in high school now, I ain't got to worry about it. Yes, you do. This is worse than a kindergarten. I check my son's book bag every night. My son got smart. He know I was gonna check that book bag. He made sure that classwork got done before he got home. The teacher said, she should ask me, Elder, what you doing? I'm doing my homework. Don't want to hear it. But mom is not the one. That's what a good mother do. You check behind your children. I had girls, I checked behind my girls. I tell my girls about the age, the birds and the bees. Y'all know what the birds and the bees are. And I tell them, we ain't having that up in here. You got to get an education. You got to get that high school diploma. Now, once you get out of high school and you decide not to go to college, but back then money was coming in for education. And you decide not to go to college, that's on you. You want to get a job, that's on you. You do what you want to do. But mommy is not taking care of you anymore. I will help you, but I'm not taking care of you. I'm not putting you out of my house because you finished. Because some children finish at high school at 16, 17 years old. No, get a job, pay a bill. And you can do what you ready, whatever you want with your money. Save your money, buy your car. Save your money, get you a place to stay. That's all I told my kids. But I put God first over my life, over my children's life, and I talked to them, and I sit down and talk to them about finances. My parents didn't teach me about finances. My parents would say, every paycheck you get, take a dime out of it and put it to the side. I guess that's the way they was teaching finance. You pay yourself before you pay anybody else. That's the way my parents taught me. And I do that. Sometimes I don't do that. And you pay your 10% at the church. You know, you got to pay your tithes. That was another thing. Yeah. And my parents taught me that. And then after you pay yourself, your tithes, then you put some of your money up for your rent, because you know you got to pay your rent once a month. So when you can have a shelter, you can have a roof over your head, you don't spend your rent money. Taught me that. And then they say, after you pay your rent, this is the way it went. After you pay yourself that 10%, after you pay your tithes that 10%, and after you put your money to the side for your rent, then you go buy your groceries. And you put a little bit of money up each week because you buy groceries each week. Then after you got those four things, you make sure you pay your lights. Because you got to keep the lights on, because when you buy your groceries got to go in, some of your groceries got to go in the refrigerator or the freezer. So you got to pay your lights. Then after you pay, let's go back over again now. This is what my mother taught me, and I'm 63 years old. Put 10% up out of your paycheck. Put 10% up to the church. That's your tithes. Divide your rent up 4 ways and put it, if you got paid weekly, 4 ways and put that portion up. Pay your electric bill, because you got to have lights. Buy your groceries, because you got to eat. Then she's saying, what you got left over out of that paycheck, you put it to the side. And then you take what you got left over, then you go, back then everybody ride with everybody, so you had, you pay that person gas money then. You put your gas money up, pay your bills. A lot of people had loans. Loan people can wait. You got to feed your family. So you pay your loans. That's what the 7 things my parents taught me. And I guess that was financial literacy to them, and was financial literacy to me. And I told my children the same thing. I know my oldest one said, Mom, you just don't make enough money. I said, I tell you what, I'm going to give you my paycheck. And you make sure the lights paid, the rent paid, my 10% going to the church, and I put 10% in my banking account. And you tell me what's going to be left. And that's the way I did mine. Never had a problem. Now, right now, the oldest child of mine, she's a budgeter. She know how to budget her money. She see where she can't make what she need. She go out there and drive Uber or Lyft or do DoorDash. My youngest two, they put their money up because they say they ain't working on 2 jobs. Okay, whatever. But they're still home too, see. If they was out on their own, that'd be a different story. But it doesn't matter. A mother gonna take the time to teach their children. I know we got a lot of mothers strung out on drugs. Mothers even on drugs got common sense, going to try to teach their child something, but not getting on drugs. I don't want you to be like me. I heard a lot of mothers say, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. Because they had a beautiful life and they messed it up behind drugs. I tell my kids all the time, I didn't do it in front of y'all. Y'all go out there and put your cell phone there, find these people in the streets. That's on you. Now, I ain't gonna feel bad about it. Not me. I'm gonna go on about my business. And that's gonna be that. And y'all, guess what? I I done been talking more than 30 minutes here. And I'm gonna have to slow this down because I gotta get back and clean up the studio. The studio is my Lady of Elegance collections where I make my candles and cosmetic bags and wax melts and room sprays. That's what the studio is. That's what the studio is. So I go back and clean that up and get me a little breakfast. I told y'all, God is good. He took care of me. And I listened to my parents. And yes, I must say I was a great mother. Wasn't all that, had all that finances, but I supported my children 100%. And I love my children. And I thank God that I'm alive and I get to see another Mother's Day. And those mothers who have passed on, like my mother, my mom, Mother Ella, Godmother Bryant, Godmother Lula, they was great mothers. They taught their kids. They made sure that we understand what life was all about. Even though I was grown, they still was teaching me. Because Mama always say, you're going to see what I'm talking about when you get older. And she was right. So, hey, young ladies, you got a mother, hug your mother. Give your mother the world. Tell her I thank you. You don't have to take her gift all the time. I thank you because you brought me into this world. You taught me how to be a young lady. You taught me how to take care of my own and how to nurture my own children. See, that's what the old mothers that have passed away taught us. Even though you're in your 30s and 40s and your mother's still living, girl, you better get to your mother, hug her. If she's in a senior citizen home, get there and take her out. You got to sit on the patio with her. Some of them might be they lost their memorization, but they know their child when they come in. I'm telling you, a mother know the child. I don't care how much they say, oh, she don't know you here. Yes, she do. Yes, she do. She know when her child enters that room. She know the presence of her child. Young men, get to your mother. You may not have thousands of dollars, but there's a Dollar Tree right across the street. You can go get a card, say Happy Mother's Day. Make your own card. Get her a little rose out of the Dollar Tree. Hey, $1.25, $1.50. Card is almost ain't nothing but $1. I think you get two for $1. I know I don't visit my mother's grave. That's something I don't do. But the Lord spared my life, get my finances in order. I'm planning to put a tombstone on Mom's grave. Mother Ella got one. She was good. She had some blessed children there. They made sure she got hers. But it was just my brother and I. So we're going to come together and get Mom a tombstone for her grave. Dad, he's fine. He's fine. He's out there at Fort Jackson. He's fine. He got one. But we're going to make sure my mom get her one. But hey, happy Mother's Day to all y'all beautiful mothers out there, young and old. Happy Mother's Day. And y'all have a blessed day. And y'all take care of y'all mother. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Lady of Elegance candles. Candles or collections. You can either one because I do both. And y'all have a blessed day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because this is the Lady E on her morning journey, walking to keep those diabetes down, y'all. Keep them diabetes down. But happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Have a great day. I'm getting off of this. And I'm going back home to clean up the studio. But hey, have a great morning. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.